Hello everyone, welcome back to Trev Gaming here on YouTube. This is the game Orebound. We're in Season 1, now Episode 17. Well, I've been doing a heck of a lot of work off camera. I did manage to find silver down in the depths, actually kind of in that direction. It's actually an area that I hadn't quite gone to before, but very close to where we were before. Actually, I'll tell you this too, the gold that I'm getting, or that I was getting originally, came from a 20,000 block down in this direction, but I found another 100,000, or no, not 100,000, infinite block. It's just so close to the 20,000 it's not funny. I'm thinking I'm blind, the fact that I didn't spot that, but anyway. Let's harvest these guys. I did a lot of production over here, so we were mentioning the silver, so I've got most of it in place. I've noticed there's something funny going on with the game at the moment. It could be my computer, it could be the game after a bit of a fix, I don't know, but I used to be able to double click stuff, and at the moment I can't, so I'm dragging a lot, so hopefully that doesn't annoy you guys as much as it annoys me, but anyway. So I'll recap on where we're up to, right? So we are trying really hard to spend the big dollars on these upgrades. So with this guy, under automation, so factory and manufacturing automation levels, we are currently level 5. So we recently spent 200,000 coins to get to 5. We want to get to 6. 6 needs 1 million coins, right? We've got that. That's not the problem at the moment. It's this kind of ruby gems and the turbo filters. So we need to have them up and running. The turbo filters look like they come through a combinator, and you need gold and silver, I think, to make that happen. So that's why over here I've already got gold. I had gold for a while, but I was missing the silver. So, jumping through all of this, I managed to find the silver, right? Like I said, it's underground, so it kind of comes from over there, comes around underneath the platform here, up to here, and then into this splitter, and this splitter basically has to run through 2 different sections, I guess, because there's basically not 1, but 2 of these combinators, and they need 2 inputs. So one combinator has silver and gold, and the other combinator has silver and gold. So what I did do was I used the splitter to push this original silver back into the original silver storage box, which is fantastic. Then I've got gold coming up here. Gold is going in where it kind of did before, but it's also coming out here and going into these machines, the splitters, to give us 2 runs of gold as well. So we've got 2 silver and 2 gold, and therefore we've got all our inputs for our combinators. Now in this machine here, we have to select production, right? So I think, well, one of these has to be the turbo filter. So if I select it now, I've got all the steam running to it. Oh, hang on a second. No, that's not right. No, turbo filters needs filters and golden rods. Ooh, hang on a second. Oh man, I've totally misjudged. Hang on, try that again. So it needs filters and golden rods in here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So hang on. Can I use this machine just to push something to sail? If I say it's precise gears, no, it needs 2 things. Oh, so all of these guys need... Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Electrum ingots comes from gold and silver. Actually, that might kind of work in my favour. Except I would have to be... Oh, jeez. Okay, no, it won't. Damn it! So I've gone a little bit early, I think. I've got some space to change some stuff around, but these combinators kind of need to come over in this corner a bit, give myself some more room. Okay. Okay, so because what I was thinking was, a while back I had manufactured this guy to take in some food to give us some extra money. It doesn't happen all the time, but now and again it produces food and it gets sold. And then I was thinking, well, I might as well use the turbo filters. Like this thing here was meant to capture the turbo filters, for example, so I could use them in manually doing whatever I wanted to do with it, but at the same time the leftovers could come into here and get sold. And the same with the second conveyor belt sort of lineup, I suppose. My problem is I didn't know, because I hadn't actually selected that. I was waiting to tape to be able to select this option. So I can still do all this, but I need to basically in here, but there's not enough room, produce the two different ingots to make the electrum ingots, and then they can be sold, which would be great because I would imagine they'll be worth a bit. But I need to make the turbo filters. So what was the other one? If I made the production turbo filters, okay, I need to make filters and make golden rods. Oh, okay. What makes filters and golden rods then? Alright, let's go through our production of machines here. So, under machines, will that do it? A constructor? Maybe we just need a constructor. Hang on, let's go test this theory. I'm gonna go upstairs and have a look. I might, well, I don't think I'm gonna stuff up the production. I might stall the production, but so up here, is this a constructor? No, that's an auto crusher. That's the smelter. Oh, hang on. Maybe I do need all this. That's the constructor. Hang on. It's making copper pans, so just don't forget that, Trev. Copper pans. If I was to change that to filters, it just takes the silver ingot and makes the filters. So that's kind of what I want. I want the silver and I want the golden rods. Okay, so I definitely need a constructor. The only problem is, oh my goodness, that means those production lines which send up the raw materials is just like this, except we don't have a storage. So I'm going to need an auto crusher and then the smelter. Oops, I just fell off. So auto smelter, a constructor. Hang on, did I get that right? Oh my goodness, this is bigger than Ben-Hur. This is going to be a bit of effort to get all this into place. So I need to take the original ore and crush it, so I need the auto crusher. And then it'll come through as... Is that right? Oh, that's the original ore. So this is the kind of the powdery stuff. Goes through the smelter. Oh, that's right, it's probably not being used a great deal here. And then into the constructor finally. So this would be producing the ingots. How come it's not producing the ingots that quickly? Oh, have these belts fallen down again? What the crap? How come my belts keep falling apart? Not my pants belts, but these guys. That is super weird. Hang on. Is this still connected? That seems to be connected, and that seems to be connected all the way up to here. Using copper powder... Oh, what happened to my steam? Oh no, don't tell me my copper pipes have fallen apart again. Oh no, she looks fine. I'm not a copper pipe sort of guy, but I think that's meant to be connected. What is going on? Hang on. If I come back one, 0 of 20 steam. Hang on, we've got a whole production line that's not... Oh, jeez. Okay. Let me get these belts back to where they should be. It's been a bit of a hassle. Oops, I had it. You can go in there. I said go in there. That's good. And then this guy can reconnect to here. Yeah, I don't know why the game does that now and again. Just kind of drops off, disconnects. Oh, this could be my coal issue down the bottom with that splitter. Hang on. Let's go sort that out. Oh my goodness. Troubles of running the Orebound factory. I don't know. Oh dear, have I got coal? Oh, I've got the manual coal over here. Let's just go down here and grab a bit more coal. Goodness me. Let's drag that out, toggle that. Drag that out, toggle that. And then we'll head over here and fix this issue where I keep running out of coal because the splitter doesn't work. She's a tad painful. And I don't know. That one seems to be okay. It's this production line that doesn't seem to want to work. So, what is the issue then, Trev? Alright. See me doing more and more troubleshooting. Let me just pop up to the surface here where my pipes come in and have a quick look. So, where do my pipes come from again? As long as I don't fall down one of these small holes here. Over there. Alright. So. It's a pity you can't tell. If I can't click on that to see whether the pipes are kind of working, but if I stand back a little bit. So these two on the right hand side are being fed by this distributor, which is in turn being fed by this distributor, which means that all that pipe work must be okay. Oh, it goes underground. I thought for a second it was disconnected. Okay, so I know that one's working, but this guy here doesn't look like it is. Because it's the... Well, hang on, we've got two, haven't we? We've got one coming down... Oh no, that might come down to there and then go over to here, I think. Alright, so it's probably this guy. Oh my goodness. Well, it's not broken there, but it's going in the ground here, which I would say, let's have a look, it has to be this guy. I'm sure it's that one. Remember last time it was broken here on the corner? It's okay there, it's okay there. Oops, and then it travels underneath here. Goes through here. It'd be a bit hard to tell if the pipe's not connected in some places. So is this the culprit? No, it's producing 100 steam. Well, this is all kind of... Looks like she's working to me. All this. Yeah, it's got coal coming in, 100 water, so the water's definitely working. And then this guy. Yep, 100 steam coming from that. Wow, okay. Let me grab a bit of food here. Got me a bit confused here. Where is it broke? That seems to be all working. Now, am I sure this is where my copper pipe is coming from? I think so. So it looks like it's working all the way through here. let's mosey up top here. That's a bit of a weird way to do the pipe, you know, Trev, but it doesn't look like it's broken. So why is there a problem, Trev? Yeah, dodgy Brothers copper work there, I can tell you. She goes up.
Yep.
Can I hop a lift? So if I go up here, this is the copper pipe. I think part of the problem is when the game kind of breaks. Yeah, see, it comes up here.
Yep.
And that's where it comes up.
Yep.
See, how do you test this? You'd have to connect a bit of pipe to another machine and just see if it gets steam, I suppose. So I'm correct in assuming that, aren't I? That the other distribution runs off of that? Yeah, I can see it now. Okay. So that pipe there, that's up the top, comes down and runs over to this distribution point here. That should all be working. So these guys show 10 out of 10 steam. They're running fine, but these guys don't. And you can tell because they're not turning around. Oh my goodness, why? So these 3 layers of pipe are definitely coming through here. But hang on a second. It's being fed by this pipe here. Oh, okay. It's not coming from here though. It's coming from... yeah, okay. So that's not... it's not broken, is it? No, it's just going from there to there. Sorry, guy, don't have to jump down on top of your house here for a sec. My big feet. There you go. So it's going from there... coming down through here. Coming down through here and into this distribution point. So that, it still looks fine. Like, jump down here without falling down the hole. So it looks like it's all still connected to there. I wonder if I'm going to stuff things up if I did do this. If I put a pipe between here and here. Oh, everything stopped. Okay. Yeah, it's up again. So this whole network up here is using more... if I connect them both together running off just that one pipe, it's more than 100 steam. I understand that. That's why that's not going to work. But this thing here should be taking the 100 steam from down the bottom. How do you troubleshoot that? You could put a little machine at every point to see whether the copper's actually running, I guess. I think that's what we might have to do. And go down here. And I can fall off at that height, can't I? Alright, just let me stop for a sec. Do I have enough to put down? If I did this, and then I broke that, how long is that pipe? Maybe if I break that, come over here and put this copper pipe in there, and take it to there, and then before we reconnect these ones up, let's try putting in a machine that needs it. We just want maybe try putting a drill in, maybe. I could just put a big drill in here temporarily. Where is it? Drills. There you go. And that will turn around if this has actually got steam coming to it, right? Oh, it looks like it's working. Yeah, she's working. 10 out of 10 steam. So there's definitely steam. So I know troubleshooting crap, I don't know. So it looks like now I've got steam coming all the way along this pipe. So that's cool. So we've kind of proven that that works. Sorry dude, you need to go. Okay. Let's assume that this pipe is still fine. And let's go back up the stone conveyor belt. Oh jeez. Oh my goodness me. It'd be really annoying if the copper pipe is broken by the game. I'm looking at this very carefully. Hang on. You just go away for a sec. No, that seems to be... does look a bit dodgy, but still. Alright, let's go back up to the top here. Have to be careful we don't fall off here. Alright, so... just here somewhere. Not that there's much space. What's the other thing that I can put in its place? I can't do a drill if I'm up here. Auto water pump. Wouldn't matter, would it? Because, where's the, oh no, that doesn't use it, does it? It takes coal through a belt and then produces water, so we can't use that one. What's this one do? No, it takes the water to make the... hang on. What other machine can we use? That's a water pump. No, can't use that. We just need something that needs steam, right?
Yep.
I was just looking around for a piece of ore. There was some ore around here before I was looking at. Where was it? I just need to bring a copper pipe to it to prove that it works. Maybe one of these? Yeah, there you go. Iron deposit. Let's go back to our favourite massive large drill. I think that does work even though it looks ridiculous.
Yep. Yep.
So if I break this, it's only a small bit of pipe, so I should be able to do that. Let's go back to copper piping. Can we take this all the way over here? Kind of. Oh, maybe it's too long. Hang on. There to here. Even though that looks stupid, I think it's meant to work. Does that mean my copper piping is broken in the ground here somewhere? Oh jeez, Trev, that's the dodgiest piece of piping. Yeah, I reckon there's something funny with this pipe from here to here. That might be the quickest way of working that out. Oh jeez, don't fall down. Yeah, you'd probably be alright actually if you did fall, it's not that far. Oh wow, where what the? Where do I connect that pipe?
Yep.
Where on earth does this pipe go? How did I connect the second bit of the pipe? See, when you do your piping, Trev, you should be documenting all this. Not really, I'm only joking, but still. Let him fall down there. I wonder how I connected that. I mean, I can certainly run another pipe, but...
Yep.
hang on. I reckon it's got to be in that little area there somewhere the pipe's not working. Gee, is it hard to troubleshoot. Can't even see. I can see mushrooms. I don't think there's any way for me to tell here. think there's another splitter problem there. It's a wee bit annoying when the stuff doesn't work. I can't see the copper piping at all from there.
Yep.
That's got me a little bit confused. How did I get...
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? There should be another end to the copper pipe up here somewhere. Maybe we just break it and put a new pipe length and run it a slightly different way or something. Actually, when you go to break it, it kind of shows you, doesn't it? So it looks like it comes out just up here somewhere. But how come I don't see it? I may end up falling down here. Where on earth is my... Oh, hang on. I can see a copper pipe going up there. There you go, there's part of it. It must be where this one stops and then it rejoins. Thank goodness the digging doesn't damage the copper piping. So wherever this stops and rejoins, must be where there's a break. Can I jump across to there?
Yep.
Unfortunately, he can't jump particularly well. He's not the tallest, kind of highest jumper guy.
Up. Yep.
He's just got big feet. It's like I'm mining material though.
Up. Yep.
Oh, that's right up at the grass. Hang on, have I got the right pipe? Maybe I haven't.
Yep.
Sorry about this, guys. This looks a little bit stupid, but...
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. Yep.
No, that must be another pipe. That must be the pipe feeding the other one.
Yep.
Because I'm already up at the grass level. So where was the other one coming out? Yeah, this must be the one that's working okay. So I don't need to touch that one. So the one I've broken up the top at the moment, which was definitely not working, was being fed from somewhere else? It must have been, but where from? Was it way over this side somewhere? I can't even see it. Well, that's got me baffled. Where was I pulling more pipe from? I know this was where I was running all the silver. Hang on, let me just silver was coming from there. So this looks like, I've checked it all the way back to the start. This is the one that's working, but there's one really close to it, just over here somewhere, that is not working. And it can't be that one over there. Do you know what I mean? It can't be that copper pipe there, because I think that... Oh, hang on a second. Oh no, that's water and that's steam. Hang on.
Yep. Yep.
Has this guy got... Hang on, it's got no water. Why has it got no water? Because it's got no coal? Right, don't tell me that was what it was. I just realised my copper pipe's going through one of my other machines, but anyway. It is what it is. Holy dooly, okay. So, when that splitter over there stopped working, it stopped pushing... Oh, because it's... Yeah, this splitter keeps stopping, not working the way it should. Damn it! You know what I'd love? If the Orebound guys actually fix these things up, stop them from... They just don't work all the time, which is half the problem. But, you know, to fix it, I have to manually come and put coal into stuff. So that one over there, that boiler, and this water pump, they both need me basically manually feeding in coal because the automation doesn't work, I guess. You could kind of say that. Alrighty, so I guess this copper pipe that goes all the way up here is the one that we need to follow to reconnect. Okay, I can see it up there. Alright. Oh my goodness, what a mess. You start off trying to make it, you know, clean and tidy, and it's like, nope, that's not going to work. Alright, there's the pipe there. Okay, alright, back to copper pipe work again. My welding, assuming that this is actually going to connect. So I've got to go all the way back up onto the surface here. Oh my goodness, guys. You just watched me go through a whole bunch of troubleshooting. Oops. Where was it again? It was... there? There, okay. Yeah, I can hear my drill over there working now. Hang on. So the drill that's not meant to be working is now working. Sorry, you have to go now. Don't you love that sound? Dink! Alright, so we're back to redoing this. So this will all work as soon as I just reconnect this. My goodness. That pipe just needs to go there. There you go, I think I can hear it working. Let's go up and have a look. Oh my goodness, half the episode later. So these two production lines should be working all the way through now. Are you producing stuff that's actually coming out the belts? That one is. Oh yeah, that one is. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do there. If the splitters aren't going to work and they're not going to continue to automate, then it's can make life a bit fun. Alright, so... Okay, we fixed that. Half the episode troubleshooting pipes. And splitters, I guess. Alright, so we found out this has to be changed enormously. Ugh. Okay. So these combinators and stuff have to go. I might just take that out. So at the end of the day, I've just got to feed belts into that sail point over there, right? Either that or I make another one over here somewhere. But I'd like to keep it if I could. But you know what? I think I need to start with the equipment way back over here. So I need... I might not have enough gear to make this straight away, I suppose. So I need auto crushers, don't I? I need to do... I need to put... That's the problem too. I've got to give myself enough space. So an auto crusher, say here, and then I guess these kind of, they have to more or less just run parallel to each other, I suppose. Is that even? Yeah, close enough. How much space have I got? I can always put more stone around it and stuff, but anyway. Oh wow, so we're going to need more, even more steam coming up here as well. Ooh, okay. Actually, let me have a look downstairs. I don't think I really showed you this. I'm probably going to end up doing some of this off camera, but... I did, by the way, bring the gems up to here. Because don't forget, there's not just turbo filters, there's also cut gems. Or I don't think it was polished gems, I think it was cut gems that we need as well. but I've put a splitter in down here so I can run another layer of rubies on conveyor belt, assuming the splitter works. That is. I'm not sure where to put it. I could even bring it up to here, but it's another input to one of the combinators, I suppose. Or no, it's not actually a combinator thing, is it? It's just... No, I guess you don't. I guess really what you could do is just have the gems come out into storage, and then you just need 100 of them to start the next layer of automation, I think that's what it is. So yeah, I ended up bringing coal up here, and then I've got 2 of these going. So this thing is producing... Oh, sorry, that's the water. And then the water is running into here, and this thing's producing 100 steam, right? I've got another pipe outlet there, but we'd have to have a think about how much steam is required. Can this thing run this new production plant? It might, because at the moment I've got these copper pipes coming up from down below, which we can do for all the other bits and pieces. Actually, that actually might be enough. Hang on, there's one way of kind of confirming it, I suppose. Hang on. Is it... I'm just thinking in the back of my head, 10, 20, 10, that's 40. 2 lots of that is still under 100, right? It's only 80. So this auto crusher is using 10 steam, right? 10 out of 10 down the bottom there. This guy here uses 20. So the smelter's the big guy when it comes to using the steam. And then we're back to 10 again. So I think I'm right there. So 2 runs of this produces whatever the output is, right? But then we need the combinator as well. Actually, hang on, before I destroy these, the combinators... Oh, they use 10. Holy crap. Okay, so... yeah, okay. So if we had those 3 machines up there coming first, and then a combinator, that would be a total of 50 steam, and if we have 2 of them, that's 100, which is what it's being produced downstairs, right? So the one that we've got in place already is probably enough. So I'm assuming at the moment... Yeah, I'm thinking I'm right, that our steam that's coming up from underneath's enough. So we don't have to worry about that then. So we just have to run this production line down here, which we might have to extend a bit, and then bring it back around and into the combinator, and then eventually into there. Does that kind of make sense? Not sure. Alright, so I need to get rid of these now. Looks funny with the pipes like that, but... So that was silver and that was gold. So if I get rid of this guy, and let's just say we put in a conveyor belt that runs from here into there. Whee! It still works. And then I kind of like that way of being able to push stuff over the top like that. But anyway, we'll have to change this. So maybe we just put another one of these over here. So how close do we need to go? That's there. So maybe there. So then if we run a conveyor belt from there to there, and then there down into here. Okay, so the auto crushers now have the silver and the gold going into them. And then what was the next thing? I can't remember. Hang on. I think it kind of went in order, didn't it? Auto crusher, then it was the smelter. Oh, that's right. These were the big guns, weren't they? These are the big guys. So I don't know if that's really lined up. I seem to have enough gear for it though. Where's my pipes? On the other side. Okay. Alright, so then we need a conveyor belt that goes from here to here. Yeah, that's actually the perfect distance. Okay. And then back to the machines. Another smelter is needed right next to that one. Not Not sure if that's too close. No, it should be fine. It kind of comes out on a slight angle. That one looks straight. This one's going to be on a slight angle, but it should still work. So we go from there to there once they're working, and then once it comes out of the smelter, it would be producing the ingots. Hang on a second. Yeah, so before it comes back into the combinator, you've got to already have the finished product, hey? So, if we're looking back at the machines, we still need the 2 constructors, I think, right? So, is that... Might put some more... Always feels scary because it's a fair way down. If you didn't know, IRL, I am scared of heights, so this is kind of like a bit unnerving for me. Weird, but true. Hang on, there's enough room. Okay, it needs to go over a tiny bit more. Let's do that again. So constructor, but I think that's kind of what I'm looking for. Yeah, that looks a bit more even. So we just run that from there to there. Okay, so when this thing is producing, this is where it's producing the filters or the golden rods, right? So this is probably the filters, and there'll be one next to here. I'm kind of surprised I had enough materials to do this, but anyway. Is that too close? No. It's the same distance apart there. Alright, so that goes to there. So that, hopefully that's not too close. It should work. And then the outputs of these two have to come back around here. Actually, how much stone have I got? Oh, I've got enough stone. Hang on. Hang on, let's just de-stress me by seeing if I can get this to... Can you just join? Like, what? There. That would be great. Thank you. There you go. I feel a little bit safer having a little bit of a buffer on me falling off the edge. Can it? It doesn't kind of like going out. It's very, very touchy. Tell ya. That one. Like even that's not a lot of room. Go right up to the end here, not over the top of the staircase, but alright. I think I put that down there when I was manufacturing this thing, trying to get it up high enough. Alright, so I think that's ready to go into the combinators again, so that will... I'm wondering if I do extend this out further and just put the combinator going out the same way and then have the conveyor belt come right around here. Because I might have to move the location of these guys as well, hey? Alright, so we'll take this out. That's where the 2 conveyor belts will eventually come in. So I'll leave these 2 here because they might just come along here somewhere. But no, don't destroy, Trev. Build. Let's move this out a bit further. So I'm surprised that it's not. It certainly is a well-written game in terms of the speed of the rendering and stuff. I've got so much stuff in this game at the moment. It's a good testimony to the game not having a problem rendering. Look at the size of this place. It's just like the layers and all the conveyor belts and stuff. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't have to deal with too much of it when it's a reasonable distance away, I suppose. Let's see how far out. I think this should be the last layer, I think. And then we can put our combinator down, I think. At least we can get that going. Well, after half an hour of troubleshooting. Alright, so then we need a combinator, because we're basically making... What are we making again? I can't remember. Making something that needs the gold rods and the filters. So back to machines. Combinator. Oh, that's right. Okay, we need more copper plates. So we had 2 of these before, didn't we? So we could do another run down here and put another combinator here. So don't forget, yeah, we were trying to make use of what came out of it, but also sell some of it as well. What were you guys working on?
Welcome.
Copper plates.
Welcome.
Actually, we're kind of a little bit low on iron plates as well, hey? Can I get you to do that?
Well, my friend. How can I help you?
Oh, I just realised something.
Dig deep and pull.
No, I was double-clicking my mouse to shift stuff, and it's actually shift middle mouse button. Isn't that funny how... Anyway, you're an idiot, Trev. 1, 2... Let's get those going. Where is it? 100 in there. And 100 in there, so get that going. I think I had all of this as iron. Oh no, that was copper, okay. Well, we need more of that too, so there you go. Alright. So copper and copper, that'll keep that producing ingots. How did I end up with... Oh, because I've taken some of the ores off the conveyor belts, haven't I? That's why I've got all this kind of miscellaneous bits and pieces of ore sitting in there at the moment. Alright, that down there. Actually, have I got much iron? Ooh, that's nice. Let me just take that. Rather than simply waiting for that to show up, which I could, but... Copper plates, guys, copper plates. So he's going to make them.
How may I help you?
That's when I was making the silver, so I can take that. I'll need some copper ingots as well.
We must keep you welcome.
Gee, they do make them pretty quick. Look at that. So that's 25. That's 25. So I don't need more of them. Just got to wait for these guys to do that. Let's have a bit of a overview of this if we can. I feel good about it in terms of that's a bit tight, which is good. Actually, hang on a second.
Yep.
That was a constructor. Hang on a second. Do I need all that? Because I ended up having silver and gold coming in here, right? Didn't I? Yeah, that's gold, and the other one's silver. And they got... Okay, production-wise, I think... Oh, maybe I'm wrong with doing all that. I'm redoing it, because if I set that to gold and... Oh, no, that is correct. Okay, yeah, no, because I was trying to put the constructor in place, but didn't realise that you actually need to go through the whole process. Okay, of making the ingots and stuff. Okay, so this all has to go as well. For my second production line, that is. Okay.
Yep.
Alright, we'll leave that. That all has to disappear. And I'll probably off camera delete that and then put a second production line just like this coming through here and then feed in a second lot of silver and gold. Please don't get too confused, Trev. Let's get our plates.
Welcome.
Actually, that's probably enough.
Dig deep and pull.
Alright. Let's get our combinator in place. See if we can... I need to eat, by the way. He's a very hungry little dwarfy guy. With big feet. So, yeah, we need to put this down. Where is it? The combinator. Now that we've... Oh, jeez, it is big, isn't it? I forgot about that. So hang on, it's got to be turned around and needs the... Is that straight? That's kind of straight. It needs to have both of these fed in. I think it has to go there, but maybe down this way a little bit. If I put it there, that one's slight angle, slight angle. Don't feel comfortable. Trev, you big wuss. It's a game. You're not going to fall, Trev. Actually, that's probably okay, that distance, but anyway. You know, every now and again, I put something in the wrong place. Man! Alright, back to there. I'm just thinking, if this production line, it basically has to be mirrored, so whatever, I need to come way out to here to make sure. Okay. Alright, let's connect the belts up, which should be here, there to there. Yeah, you can't go any closer than that. Oh, this might be a bit tight. Oh, okay, no, seems to be right. Alrighty. And so that... I tell you what, just to be able to see the output, let's put a belt from here around to here and just leave it there. So whatever comes out here should be the end result that has to be sent all the way. Oh, actually, I was going to put storage, wasn't I? Here's a good question for you. Where should the storage be? I guess there's a fair bit of gap down here. I can either put the storage right here. Where's my storage? I could either put it... Oops. I want to be able to access it, so wrong way around. So I could just put it right there on the edge. We could shorten that. Yeah, maybe we should shorten that. It's a bit too close, Trev. Go back to the bounce, back to there. Put this about here on a slight angle, and then run the belt from there to... Oh, does it not like it? I had it. I saw it. There it is. There, right? And then that should keep the... That'll allow me to come here to grab the output if I need 100 of them for the automation level. So I think everything is right now except for the copper piping. So we've got 6, I think, down there. I can only just get down this set of stairs at the moment. Alright. So I think... Where does the production start? Way over there, doesn't it? And you know what I need? I need a distribution point for both. Actually, is it really close to this edge? Hang on. Oh, it's one, say, the middle of the second block in. Alright. So, not that block, but that block. So really it should be... Can I go right to the edge, I suppose? Oh, I'll come in a bit. So about there. Yeah, it's probably a bit far away. About there. Right, give me that back, give me that back. Okay, so this copper pipe that's going up to the surface here, can I delete that one and delete this one, and then extend these? So, hang on, where does that come from?
Yep.
Oh, I see. So that's being fed into there. which may or may not be needed now, because I think these are the ones I'm going to delete. But anyway, you know what I'd feel better about? If I deleted this. And maybe deleting this guy on the ground. It just feels neater if it comes from, say, this side. Can I do that so that she kind of... because otherwise I'm not getting over that and go up to there kind of thing. Okay. So that's still connected and being fed. Yeah, I need both of them connected because I need 3 to come out of there, don't I? So, not that it makes that much difference, but if I drop that to the ground and then I run it all the way along the ground to here, and then I go up to there, that's cool. And then another copper pipe goes... You really don't want to connect, do you? It seems to work better when you... hang on. No, actually, maybe I should run it off here. It needs to kind of come like that, and then run parallel. And go up to... don't fall off. To about there, and then go up to there. You know full well I'm not getting past there. Have to make some more room for myself. Get that back in line. There you go. That one and that one. Okay. So now we just need to run the 3 pipes up to these other devices, right? Should that have connected to... no, it doesn't make any difference. Yeah, I think that one does. Okay, hang on. Let's just move this slightly. Where's my copper pipe? I think this needs to go like... it needs to go into there. Can I do that? Yeah, okay. Alright, then that gives my 3 pipes going up the top, so... the one in the middle goes to the furthest one, maybe. So this guy... kind of happy I have some little stairs going up here. So the one on the left can be the first machine, which is that one. Gee, it's already run. So let's do the first machine on both. So this guy has to go to the other first machine. Oh my goodness, what a lot of work. There. Hope I don't run out of copper ingots. And then the one on the right will go to the second machine. So it would have to be down here. Right. Jeez. And then the right one on this side has to go... it's kind of what I wanted to do originally, was to do it like this, so it was kind of messy in this level here, for example. Can I get that? There you go. So this is the last machine. Yeah, messy on that level, but not up the top where you see the machines running, if that makes sense. Well, that's what I was trying to do. Can I get all the way to this other machine? There. I think I just lost my copper pipe in my hand there. And the last one will be from here. I'm just trying to think, does the combinator need steam? Because if it does, we're in trouble. Let's have a look. It does. Crap. See, all the machines are running at the moment, right? So, hang on. Let's get this production going at least. So the steam is coming into here, running this, and where is it? The auto crush. Hang on. How come it's... what? Hang on a second. That hasn't got steam. This whole line doesn't have steam. Did I not connect it? This one seems to. That has steam. That's doing its thing, but not really doing anything. And that's moving. Did I not connect something? Or... It's like this pipe is not connected, hey? This whole distribution thing? Where is that coming? Oh, I wonder if it's too much. Hang on. Hang on. This one that's coming out here is going up in two places here, right? But it's running machinery that's not needed at the moment, and probably will not be. So hang on, maybe we do need to disconnect these guys. Yeah, see there's the pipes. Okay. Alrighty, sorry guys, gonna be a long episode. At least I get this going would be good. Alright, let's go back down and have a look. Yeah, I can deal with that later. Alright. So is both... No, I can't see both machines working though, hey?
What?
The one with the gold is working, but not the one with the silver.
Yeah.
Why is that the case? So everything running off this distribution point is working fine, and it's coming off this right-hand side of this guy.
Yeah.
It's producing 100 steam, and it should be taking out 50 at the moment. But this guy comes off the other side. It's running the other machines. Alright, let's just say... I'll leave that piping there for the time being. It's not connected to anything at the moment. Hang on, you know what? Even though I don't like the splitters, I could always put another splitter in here. And put another one of these next to it and have it feeding the rest of the machinery. That's probably the way to go. So if that's the case, just be careful what you delete here, Trev. I don't think I can connect it like that, can I? Will it reconnect? Be really handy if you did, you know that. Oh, it did. Okay. Alright, let's just see. That's like symmetrical. They should both be working now. Oh, not the combinator. Oh, there you go. Okay. Alright, so they're all working, but the combinator's not working. Okay. One of Trev's longest episodes. Troubleshooting plus this. Alright. That's going to stop in a sec, but it's not really doing anything per se. Okay, so under belts, splitters, dare we say we're going to have to put another one of these in, which kind of Trev doesn't like doing because they break a lot. Just saying. Oh, don't get me wrong, I love the game, but just a little bit of troubleshooting needs to be done. Probably too much troubleshooting actually, but anyway. Okay, so we need another one of the belt boilers. It needs to face this. Can I actually, even though there's copper piping on the ground there, I'd love to put this kind of like parallel, like a dat. Can I get a belt from there to there without it looking too messy? I don't know how that... Thank goodness they've got no, like, this clipping issues or anything. Oh, I can't do that either. Hang on. The need for more water, basically. Where is it? A water distribution-y thingy-me needs to... Hang on, where's the water got to go? water's going in there. This is all a bit crammed, Trev. A little bit too squashy. Which means the way of solving that... Oh no, not that machine. Not my splitter. Man. Ah, for Pete's sake. Alright, let's do this again then. What a mess. Splitter. This way. Without going over too far. Probably there. Alright. Then I kind of wanted the water boiler thing. The boiler. Hang on, that's not the right machine, is it? Auto water pump, that's what I'm after. It needs to go back a little bit. Not a lot, but like it, yeah, maybe there. Maybe there. Alright, so let's reconnect this. So this splitter has to have connection to this splitter, and then this guy has to go back into the boiler again. Thank goodness it's working. Let's just disconnect this water pipe thing we've got running here, because we need more than one. That was the reason. So then we needed to put... I don't think I can put it that close. It needs to come out here somewhere. Okay, that's not in the way of anything. The water pipe needs to come back that way, doesn't it? So if I can go from there to here, and then kind of... Yeah, that almost worked. Just kind of snake it around on the ground here a bit. That'll work. And then I can have one on this side. It's basically got to go there, but I don't want it to be that high up. So if I go there to there to there, that one's working again. Good. That's got the coal. Just needs the water connected. Is that right? You know what? I might have to take these out. It'd be a bit confusing anyway, having all these copper piping here in the way for no reason. Plus I get my resources back, I guess. Alright. So, one thing I should do, sorry about this guys, I apologise, is put in a little bit more lighting down here. A bit. It's even worse at night time when it's too dark. Let's put one right on the edge there. Where were we? Machines, belts. And this one's got to come right over here, doesn't it? That's not too bad. And it's actually working, which is funny. Anyway. And then back to the water. So water, from there we'll go kind of down to the ground, and then up. There you go. 100 steam in that guy. 100 steam in that guy. That one's working fine. Yeah, I'm not sure, because if I do another production line, I'll need another one of these, won't I? How much room have I got here? Not a lot, eh? I'm just wondering, at some point, I might... Oh no, actually, the coal comes way over there. So I could put some more stone platforms down here and run another boiler. It's a pity the steam wasn't like, instead of 100, didn't do 500 or something, and fix all your issues. Look at that, just looks like spaghetti. Oh dear. All right. In fact, this one would be best left for the other production plan, and then the two combinators should come off the one on the right. That's what should happen. Oh dear. Yep. She's a long episode, guys. Bear with me though. Jeez. That one and that one, that one and that one. That. Just as while I'm carrying around a bit of stone. The other thing too is just as well the devs made it only 2 stone per platform, otherwise we'd be stuffed. Imagine having to run around and get stone all the time, if these were like 100 each. Jeez. I really like, oh well, you know, it's like playing Satisfactory or Factorio or something. It's, you want to keep everything as neat and in parallel as you can. If you can do that. Ah, just as I mentioned not having enough stone. Alright, let's go up and get some more stone. Dum-da-dum-da-dum. Oh my goodness, stone. See, at least I don't have to go around and drag it off the ground. Why on earth is that? Oh, okay, because I would have broken something and it's moved stuff around, isn't it? Alright, so there and there. There's 200, that should be enough. Oh my goodness. You guys still awake? You still watching me play? It's too hard, Trev, it's too hard. Hang on, where were we? We were just building some more stone platforms at the end, and my guy with the big feet was getting a little bit hungry. There you go. That one, that one, that one, and one more. Actually, maybe we do need to go. Because you know I'm going to stretch this all the way up there, hey? Alright, is there any reason why it can't sit really close to this one? Probably not. Alright, so under these guys... the belt boiler. See if I can kind of put it in line with that. Maybe there. I think I should be able to run water to there pretty easily. So then we need, under splitters again, we need to put, so where are you going, Trev? Need to put another one there. No, actually. Actually, you know what? I might, yeah, not that I really like splitters, but I kind of need one way back here, don't I? Hang on. See, this is where I pick up all the extra coal from and whatnot. Oh, that was going around a loop, wasn't it? See, the only problem putting the splitter right here, it's in the way of the walkway. Kind of need to have it there. And then I need to disconnect this. Oh, I had a little platform there for it as well. Alright, so one of the conveyor belts has to continue back to here. It's funny, that actually jumped me up in the air. Alright, then it needs to be reconnected. Okay, so that should be feeding through. Okay, so that's continued that, and then this side can come to this one. And then that'll give me one extra spare one if I need it later, which is highly possible. It's demanding, isn't it, the amount of steam in the game? Quite amazing. I am going to change that. And I'm going to make the water, where's my water, go from here into that one instead, because this one needs to kind of go low and stay low, because it has to feed all the way along the ground to there and then go up to there. Okay, so now we've got another one with 100 steam, and then yeah, I guess that would work, because this second one here will be feeding this second production line, and then we'll end up with 2 combinators down the end, I think. So maybe about here, somewhere in the middle. Yeah, that should work. Well, actually, if there's two combinators, I could put one here. That'll probably feed both. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the outside one, and I'm gonna drag this to here and then connect it. And then maybe use this outside one to connect to the combinator, our first combinator, put it that way. And it's got its own boiler now, so it shouldn't be a problem. Oh, that's as far as it stretches. Okay, you just snug to there, and then you can go to here and then come up. Oh, it must be working. She's doing a little happy dance, so it must be working. Alright, so now all the steam's connected. Let's go reconfigure everything. So this is the silver line. So what are we producing? We're producing silver powder, right? And then the silver powder comes into here. And then if I select production, it's going to produce silver ingots. And then the silver ingots under production have to make something. This thing, the filters, right? It makes the filters. I saw one fly through there. Is that just sitting in there, is it? Oh, that's waiting for the product. Okay, I'm with you. Alright, let's go through and do the other side. So, select production. This time around it is gold powder. There you go. I saw it work. It's working. And then this should be making gold ingots. And then this one, if I remember correctly, should be making golden rods. And then we should see a few golden rods come through. And then we can tell this massive combinator that you should be able to make turbo filters. And then the turbo filter should come out of here and get stored. Just waiting. While I'm waiting, I'm feeding. Oh, there you go. I can see it come through. There you go, our first turbo filter. Now just got to wait for 100. I won't be making you guys wait for the 100. No way. Kudos to you guys if you're still around watching me do this, because this has been a bit long-winded. Anyway, I think I've got everything set up now, so off camera I'll redo the next production line as well. Because... oh, I tell you what I'll do. There's enough space here to reproduce all of this through here with another line of silver and gold and then sell it. So we can make a lot more money, because I'm about to spend $1 million of the 2.1 million I've got in the vault. But we still need to get back up to 5 million fairly quickly, so that's where this second production line will really help, and any excess of the first production line will certainly help. But if I take you back over here quickly before I end the episode, have a quick look. This is the whole reason that this started in the first place. I do need to make some more space for more gold. I think I've got a limit of 3 million and we're just over 2.1. See, I've got those two last ones there, but they're going to run out soon. So it's his fault, right, this guy, because basically we want to get to automation 6, right, so we can manufacture the emerald powder downstairs at that production plant. But up the top here, not only do we need the 1 million gold, but we need 100 turbo filters, which are now being produced. But I've got to make ruby gems. So off camera, I'm going to see if I can make another little production line just underneath where the ruby's coming in over here, and see if we can just manually make ruby gems. We might be able to extend the base out over the top of here somewhere, and actually have rubies being generated and sold as well. That would be cool. Oh my goodness. Okay guys, so even though in this episode it was meant to be spending the big bucks with this guy, but ended up being half troubleshooting and then half my fault, my bad, but yeah, manufacturing that little plant over there the right way around, not knowing it was going to be more complicated than it was. Anyhow, at least we've got to this point, so yeah, off camera I'll do a little bit more work, streamline it again, and then hopefully we can come back to this guy
How may I help?
and spend the $1 million bucks. That's what we're doing next episode. Anyway, guys, I will have to leave the episode here. Super sorry for it being too long, but yeah, just one of those things, I guess. If you did like the episode, please go ahead and help and support the channel by smashing that like button for the video. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, you can mega help the channel out by subscribing. Alright everyone, thanks so much. Cheers.